Hey everybody, Coaching for the Soul, Thursdays at 3 has begun. How's everybody doing? This is a 99% clairvoyant reading. Give you that. And if you are watching me live, hello, please announce yourself when you come into the program. And if you're watching this on my YouTube channel, please subscribe to my channel. And please, please, please like my videos. And please, please, please make a comment on the videos, even if it's high bill, because when you do that, YouTube will use its algorithms to send Coaching for the Soul around the planet to people who need a little bit more Coaching for the Soul, and you help me build the channel, which is awesome. So, hey Kathy, how's it going? Hello, hello, hello. What a day. This week has been crazy. So much energy, so much just boom. It's kind of nuts. Yeah, it's kind of nuts. Yep, it is kind of nuts. So we'll see who pops on. Another Kathy. Hi, Kathy. How are you doing? Welcome, welcome. I'm okay. I got a little bit of thing going on. Lee's been sick for about a week. He's got that whole upper respiratory thing going, but I've been fighting it so far, so it's pretty good, pretty good. I got a mega flu shot, I got a month ago, I think it was. Probably a month ago, yeah. So I think that's helping me. Yeah, I think that's helping me. So, yeah. So, we'll see. Yep. Hi, Sherry. How are you doing? All right, stay for as long as you can. Stay for as long as you can. You know, I don't know what we're going to talk about today. It's been, they came home from work about 12:30, I think it was, and messed my energy up. So, yeah. So, I think we got stuff we're going to talk about. I think so. Yeah. So, yeah, we'll get into it in a minute or so. Once you see who else pops on here. Yep, love and light to you too, Kathy. Thanks for joining. Hi, Nancy. How are you, my dear? Right? Spirit was right about Nancy Pelosi. Yep. Yep. Hello, Carson. How are you, my dear? Yep. Good for you, Sherry. Stay open to whatever Spirit has to say. That's right. That's right. What you got to do. As hard as it is, what you got to do. You know, with everything that's going on in the world, it's kind of tough. You got to drink some water. Sorry. It's funny. I drink more water in the winter than I do in the summer because the air is so dry. The air is so dry. Yes, yes, yes. Yeah. So, a couple minutes, we'll start, maybe 1 or 2 more minutes. Yes, it's been interesting how things are revolving right now. It's really kind of cool. It's cool, but it's at least I know what it is, right? Like I've had people who I haven't talked to in like 3-4 years, about 3-4 years, maybe longer than that. All of a sudden, getting back in touch with me, you know, for readings and things like that. And it's interesting. It's interesting. I think from Spirit, I think it's to clear the energy. Not that we left on bad terms, but they just ghosted me a couple times. So it's interesting that they came back into my life. Yeah. We'll see if they book appointments. Hi, Kimberly. How you doing, doll? Doing okay? Yeah. So, yeah, right. Because we're going to talk about gratitude today. And when we're going to talk about something else also. I forget what it was. When I'll get back to it, they'll tell me what it is. Yeah. So then we're going to start. And we'll go as long as we can. And when Spirit runs out of stuff, we'll just go ahead and end it, right? Okay. So first we're going to talk about gratitude. Looking around at what you have, what you've accomplished. Not to have everything, right? That's not the point at all. Gratitude is being thankful, right? Hopefully you're not sick, right? But being grateful for whatever. Hey, Mary. Being grateful. I mean, I can say this, that I'm grateful every day for where I live, for Bailey, for Lee, for you guys. Hey, Danny. And just, you know, what I do for a living. I'm so grateful and so thankful that I've been blessed with that, with the ability that I have. And I'm always thankful for abundance and things like that. Hey, Candy. But sometimes what we do, because we don't think about it, it's kind of like the I love you thing, right? How many times a day do you tell yourself that you love yourself? We forget about having good gratitude for what we have, for what they brought to us. Be it knowledge, be it the experiment, right? Be it us knowing. Hey, Lucia. Just those kinds of things. Because we wouldn't be where we're at without them, right? We wouldn't be any of that. Everything that we have. Hey, Billy. We wouldn't have any of the things that we've had in our life, in our lifetime. Again, I'll be 63 in about a month and a half, and going, wow, you know what? You can look back. Hey, Paula, you can look back and just understand all the things you've accomplished, all the things you've overcome, all the things that were given to you from them, from your family, whatever it might be, and not hold on to the things that you didn't get, because ego will do that. Ego will definitely do that, right, Paula? Darn job, I know. So sometimes we have to stop, and I do this at night. When Bailey's in bed, hopefully in the bedroom, and Lee's gone to bed, and I'm by myself in the living room, and with some music on or something like that in my buds, and I'll just think, you know what? I'm so thankful, so grateful for today. I'm so grateful for what I've accomplished in this lifetime. I'm grateful for what I have, right? For where I live and the car that I drive, and all those kinds of things that we take care of with their help. And then knowing, because I truly know, I've accepted and I'm in faith and things like that my future is good. Is it going to be easy? No one's future is easy. And if we haven't learned that by now, trust me, we did not come to the planet for easy. We came to the planet to struggle and find our way and try to understand, hey, Carl, try to understand why is it taking so long? Or why did this happen to me? Like now or in younger days and things like that. Again, we talk about soul contract all the time, right? Your soul signed up for it. The human doesn't know what the hell's going on, but your soul does. And your soul knows that you're going to get through it, and everything's going to come to you. The abundance is there. The love is there. The family's there. Hey, Austin. So it is. I know, and that's all tied to gratitude, Spirit says, which is true. It's understanding that the place we're in right now is not the place we're going to stay. If it's bad, if it's good, probably not either, right? It's about ever-changing, Spirit says. It's an ever-changing, revolving door of experiences that we're supposed to have in this lifetime that are condensed down, especially now, because we're in this quantum energy leap, which next year is going to be even crazier than this year. Good, but crazier, faster. Ascension is going to happen much, much, much faster. A lot of people I've talked to this week have been ascending extremely quick. And going, whoa, where did that come from? Yeah, see, and I've said this before, being Spirit is on point, that by the end of the year, it's going to be like boom, 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 boom. Get with the program, let's go. And most people that are being upgraded graciously. They're like, holy cow, this is awesome. I don't know how this happens. I don't know what's going on. I don't know about that. Daniel Lynn, so that you'll learn what you need to learn and then move someplace warmer. But again, it's all tied together. Hi, Paula. It's all tied, right? Being gracious, right? Being in gratitude. It all ties into everything that we've had this lifetime. All the bad stuff that happened and the good stuff that happened too. And again, gratitude is tied into forgiveness, right? Forgiving the people that hurt you, forgiving yourself. Stop talking how I shouldn't have done that, blah, 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 right? It's my fault. It's not your fault at all. It's not your fault at all. I mean, I had a person last week call me about her karma. and believing that she is paying back karma from last lifetime to all her family, including her mother, and her father's gone. Mother, siblings, they all treat her really bad. They have since she was a child. And she's under the belief that it's her fault. No, it's not your fault. No, karma's karma. But you're not being punished unless you're a murderer. Okay, if you're a murderer or something worse than that, which I don't know really what could be worse than that, Spirit says, yeah, but you signed up for that last lifetime knowing you were going to get punished. Okay, but this woman was fed that, Spirit says. It's true, you know. So I tried to talk her down in 30 minutes of, you know, exactly what I do and how I do it and things like that. And I think she kind of sort of got it, and that's a good thing, right? That's what it's all about. That's why they bring me people, is usually for me to kind of coax them off the balcony, you know, and then work with them and see how I can help them. So understanding that everything that we went through this lifetime so far, even if you're young, I mean, my gosh, bless you, because those of us that are old have gone through hell in most cases, and we chose that. We chose to be here during the awakening, right? We chose to be here during this time period so that we can raise our vibration and let our stuff go and learn how to do that. Because we're usually higher conscious beings, right? And that's why it's so very, very important that we follow through on our stuff, chimes, that we follow through on who we're supposed to be as we follow through. Now, does that mean boom, 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 boom? No. Again, I'll say this again, there's no time in spirit. There's no time in spirit. Only area with time is on Earth. And we're tied into that. So our timeline may not be the same as theirs. And it usually isn't. All right? Us thinking that we can, if I do this action, it will engage them to bring it to me sooner. No, it's not going to. It's great that you clean the bathroom and wash your bathtub, if that's why, because you're going to move out, or clean a closet, or take stuff to Salvation Army, right? Or the Goodwill. That's great. That's just getting that old energy out of your house, which is good for you. Make you feel good. See? So it all comes back to gratitude, right? Thanking them, right, out loud about I'm blessed enough to be able to give these clothes away, to give these blankets away, to give these towels away, to give these sheets away, everything, pots and pans, whatever it might be, because you were blessed with getting new ones, or you just didn't like them, yeah. Which again is gratitude, that you have the money to replace them. See, and sometimes we forget, and it kind of ties into Thanksgiving too, right? Although Spirit and I've had conversations about Thanksgiving this year in particular, that it's a lie. So, and I might go into that later. I don't know. But yeah, that it wasn't like we've been told. You know, I mean, my gosh, we massacred most of the Indians, or most of the indigenous people, I should say. So it wasn't sitting down at a table with a turkey and whatever. Spirit told me, you know, that's not true at all. So we may go into that at a later date. But being gracious, understanding, being thankful, living in gratitude, living in who we are, stepping into our power, and standing in it, and truly standing in it and going, yes, I know this is who I'm supposed to be. Now, does it take time to get there? Yes. Is it small steps? Sometimes it is. Sometimes it's not. Sometimes it's a big, huge leap. Quantum leap here. Okay? Now, I don't know about you guys in 2022, but you guys have seen my 2022. It's been crazy as hell. Mostly just what the hell's going on, right? But it's all transformational, right? I can look back from January until now and go, how many things with inside my body have freaked out? How many things have I done? How many doctors have I gone through trying to get an answer? All these things that you go, man, oh man, I don't understand why it's happening. Well, they're getting you ready for the future. They're getting you ready for the next chapter of this life. What that means, I don't know, right? I don't know what that future looks like. I don't know what it's about. I know that I'll be doing this doing coaching for the soul and things like that, and helping people understand, and writing books and all kinds of other things. Do I know how that's going to happen? No, not with the books. Again, I think I told this story last week or the week before, how I was on Facebook Live, and all of a sudden Lori Ladd comes up, or the Land, I'm not really sure what her name is, and she told me about the experience in Machu Picchu, right, where she went there with her boyfriend, and she got out of the car after a long drive down basically a path, and stepped on the ground, and boom, all of a sudden she was activated, and all of a sudden she was getting downloads, and didn't know what it was. Download and download and download, yeah. And then she wrote her book. Hi, Allison Strange. Yeah, she wrote a book because that was the download about the book. So again, we never know how it's going to happen. Okay, we never know exactly the path to take. They guide us, right? They guide us and show us how to overcome. They show us how to get what we want, how to curb our ego, how to live in our truth, how to stand in our power and our light. Even if we're not paying attention, even if we don't want to, right? It can be ebb, flow, ebb, flow, ebb, flow. It's going to be really good stuff, and then boom, you're going to hit a wall. Really good stuff, and then boom, you're going to hit a rock, or boom, you're going to hit the sidewalk's lifted up and you kind of trip. Yeah. It's the way it is. It's the way it is. And the blessing is, it's only going to get easier as we go forward, as we lose more and more of our third dimensional self and our third dimensional bodies, as we become thinner, as we become lighter, as we start to use more of our brains over our brawn, and how that looks, how it feels to live in that, how glorious it is, and how wonderful it is, and how, whoa, I never thought it'd be like this. Yeah. And I think the hardest part of doing that is as you've gone through your stuff, right? As you've done all your coaching, as you've done all your meditations, you've talking out loud to spirit, you're asking what you want every day, you're telling yourself 10 times a day that you love yourself, all the things that we need to do for self-care, to take care of ourselves, not expecting other people to do that for us, the key, right? And all of a sudden you become more and more aware of the divine, more and more connected to the universe, and all of a sudden you're receiving downloads, and you're just fantasized, like you're in fantasy, like, oh my God, I cannot believe this is happening to me. And then you choke. And then you go, oh, I don't know if I want that, ego. I don't know if I want that either, ego. Say, and that's right? That's where the sidewalk is lifted up. Ego goes, wait a minute, I don't know what that is. Wait a minute, I don't know what that is. Until negative ego turns to positive ego. And that will happen in, Bruce telling me right at the moment, 2024. 2024, 2025. Most people will all of a sudden be shifted into a higher dimensional energy, which means your negative ego will turn positive. Does that mean that the next year is not going to be a pain in the butt? No. But the blessing is our challenges get easier and easier as we move forward, as we let more and more of our third dimensional self go. We eat differently because things don't taste the same. We drink differently because things don't taste the same, right? We do more exercise because we have time, and so that's just kind of like how it's going to go. I know for me, health wise, that's what they're getting me ready for Hawaii. When's it going to happen? I don't know, but I know that I'm going. I know that the books are there. And that's what I stand in, and I believe in, because I was told that over 5 years ago about the books, and that the ancestors are underneath the land and things like that. And that takes me on to the next thing, which kind of works with the gratitude, is being in gratitude about your ancestors. Okay, today has been an ancestor day for me like I haven't had in a really long time. Not the fact that I'm seeing them, but I'm feeling them. I'm feeling them around me. I'm feeling they're sending love to me. And usually when that happens, I'm gonna take a big jump in energy. gonna go to higher dimensional energy when they're there, giving me love, and I'm feeling it, and it's kind of cool, but no one's showing up to show me that they're here. All right, it's just happening. I can feel it ever since I woke up this morning. I'm like, wow, this energy today is like, holy moly. Yeah. So when those things happen, recognize what they are, right? Recognize when you feel comforted and loved and emotional, and again, sit with that. That's when it's really a good time to do Steve Noble guided meditation. You know, doing something like that, not to take the edge off, but to use that, to use that energy flow that you're in to bolster the energy in the meditation. Yeah, I did that. I did that this morning. You know, because I'm like, I'm gonna do that meditation. It's gonna be awesome, and I did it, and I'm like, wow, that's pretty cool. But I've learned that, right? I've learned, because not all the times do they tell us. But it's about thinking about our grandparents. If you had grandparents that were in your life, right? Or if you've done Ancestor.com, which I have one of my relatives on my grandfather's side back to 933 in England. Okay, because my family came from Scotland on my mom's side. Scotland and the Netherlands. Okay, what a mixture that is, right? On my dad's side, they came from England, and so if you look at that and you can kind of connect to it, that's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. On days where you're feeling loved, where you're feeling, wow, this is really kind of cool. When all your defenses are down and you're just kind of like chilling, because those days happen to all of us. It's just how we choose to use them. We can lay around, we can do nothing, we can watch TV, we can watch videos, we can do whatever we want to do. But that should come after we sit in gratitude, after we thank our ancestors, right? After we do our meditation for the day. Because those are the days that you're the most open, to every possibility that can possibly happen. And they give us those days or moments or hours to allow us to ascend. And to because we aren't in the fight mode, ego's not even involved. I mean, today for me, ego was not involved at all. It was like, hey, this feels fabulous, and times, and Spirit said, ancestors are all here. And I went, how many? Goes really far back. Okay, because we're all incarnated, right? That's just what it is, and we've known them before. So when I get like that, I know they're there for a reason. How did I learn that? Just by happenstance, right? Just by either telling somebody about it and them going, oh, Bill, that's when your ancestors are here, or Spirit, or watching a video, whatever it may be. I don't know where I got it from. Again, I don't remember it, right? And that's a good thing. Hey, Carrie, how's it going? I haven't seen you forever. But that's what that's all about, right? Is as we get closer to Thanksgiving, is actually giving ourselves thanks for where we are and believing that you're exactly where you're supposed to be. You're supposed to be right there. You know, do I think I should be higher? Yeah, but that's just ego, right? But you know you're supposed to be up there, and then I'm not gonna worry about that. It's not my job, right? It's not. My business is what it is because I'm not gonna do this forever. I'm gonna write books. And I'm not going to be right. I mean, again, that's what sometimes bombards me, is that people are busier than me, but I know why they're busier than me, because that's what they're going to do for the rest of their life. That's who they are. Where for me, it's not that at all. And I've come to terms with that, right? I've come to terms with that. That I'm really good at what I do, exceptionally good at what I do, and that's a blessing from Spirit. Yeah. So again, as we go through this process, as we go through this last month and a half, right? Think about what you're thankful for, okay? Don't think about what doesn't work. Don't think about where you wanted to be. Don't allow yourself to get in that freaking hole, okay? Because I know. Spirit says, this is not the time of year to do that, number one, because the energy is so high level, high intensity, that they want you to freaking just go with it, right? Just don't get down into that space, and you don't have to. You don't have to. It's all about self-talk. It's all about, okay, Spirit, what am I feeling today? Doing that morning guided meditation is massive. Setting your day, doing it in the bed, doing it in your bedroom before you get out of bed. Today's gonna be a really good day. Really good day. I thank you, Carrie. I think about you every time you post something and I see it. It's kind of cool. So those are some of the things that we really have to pay attention to and to be prepared for, because it's only going to get faster next year because they need us to be at a certain place. All right. And that's okay. That's okay. But Spirit keeps telling me that 2023 is going to be much better than 2022. Chimes. Much better than 2022. Because 2022, he says, is transitional. 222. Transitional year. Okay? And looking back at your time in COVID. Sherry and I talked about this week on a little conversation her and I had on, I think it was a Tuesday night, just talking about stuff. How it was it was a blank space. For me, it was a blank space. I don't remember anything about 2020 at all, right? All I know that I was getting my PPP money from the government and I was good. I didn't have a care in the world. Everything was good. It was fine. Was able to pay my bills. I learned that I didn't have to go out of the house every day to go someplace. I didn't have a destination, and all of us kind of did that. But that's all I remember. I don't remember any strife. I don't remember any of that stuff. It's complete blank space. And that's kind of cool. That's kind of cool because I don't think we're supposed to understand yet the meaning of COVID in 2020, in 2021. I don't think we're supposed to yet. And that's okay. That's okay. Because they'll tell us what it's about. They'll tell us everything in the future, right? We know that it's transitional energy. We know that it got everybody out of their, hey Liz, got everybody out of their comfort zone, right? Out of their comfort zone. See? So it's just kind of a, this is a transitional year. And 2021 was too, not as intense as this year, but they're getting us up to speed, Spirit says. They're getting us up to where we're supposed to be going into 2023. So when you feel overwhelmed, that's when you sit down and you do your breathing, right? Focus on your heart. I told somebody the other day, I think it was at the psychic party on Sunday, that I did in Leslie, Michigan, by Jackson, when you're in that panic, to focus on your breathing. And how I do that is I just close my eyes and I breathe and I imagine my lungs filling up with air and then them not letting it go, right? And that's how I do it. And it works fairly well. But that gets you out of that fight or flight mode. It gets you out of that fear 99% of the time. So that you can go on with other things. You can go on with them responding to you. You can have good things, right? Because vibration is very, very important, right? But you're never going to be able to keep your vibration that high, not yet. Not yet, it's not going to happen. Our brains can't even understand that. It can't understand it. So how are we supposed to understand it? So it's all about just being in that space. All right, Nancy, take care of yourself. Just being in that space and understanding that it's not about you. It's about this, about the whole universe. And you're part of that. And not getting down on yourself. Thinking, how come I can't? How come I can't? No, how come I can? How did I do that? How did I do that? Gosh, look at how I survived that. Well, that was kind of cool. Well, that was kind of cool. Could you have more good things in your life than you have bad? Guaranteed. Maybe not your entire life, but at some point in your life seemed to be okay. And that's what it's all about, is looking at that and going, gosh, I was such a different person then. Hey, Candy. And I got to say that now, that in fact, I was talking to Sherry, and we were talking about how my coaching for the souls have changed, how the energy is different, and we talk about different things. And I've seen some of the things from 17 and 18 and even 19. I'm a totally different person. But I'm a different person after COVID than I was before COVID. See? And all of us are. If you want to believe it or not, we all changed during the COVID lockdown. Okay? It's there for a reason. There to number one, get us out of our routine. Number two, to advance us because we were out of our routine. We didn't know what was going on. Because when we get into routine, our brain goes WTF, right? Our bodies go WTF. Our ego really goes WTF. Like, what is going on? How come I can't? How come I can't? How come I can't? And then you get into that vibe. It's like, hey, Blake, man, I'm good. I don't think I need to worry about that anymore. I don't need to do that anymore. See? Like I said before, there are people who did not go back to work for a reason. Because they were going back to work to pay for daycare. Or to pay for vacations. You know? When the man or the wife is making pretty good money, they can survive on it. But the little extra stuff, right? The daycare for the kids instead of somebody being home when the kids get out of school. And during COVID, they didn't go to school. Not in Michigan anyway, right? And that gave time for everything to shift. Everything to shift, okay? And that's the way it's supposed to be for all of us. Hi, Heidi. Yeah. Also, but we have to look back at that, right? And go, okay, I don't really remember it, or how did I come out of it? I remember that I was frustrated. I remember that I was scared. I was in fear. Or I was in anger because I didn't understand why the government was telling me what to do. All kinds of things. Our reaction is our reaction. And the awesome thing is it only happens to us personally. Not everybody has the same reaction. So again, and that Spirit says that kind of sets you off on the path after COVID. Gratitude, allowing, asking for what you want out loud. That is huge. Doing guided meditation. Hey Deb, how you doing? Yeah. Just asking is so important. Ask what you want. Doing your meditations. Talking out loud. Expecting. Right? Having those conversations when you're pissed. Have those conversations when you're in gratitude. Yeah. It all works together to form you. That's pretty cool. Right, Spirit? Yeah. It all works up to being us. And that's okay. That's okay. Because we've all been happy, we've all been sad, we've all been angry, we've all been disappointed, we've all been all of the good and bad that makes us up over our lifetime. Over our lifetime. Right? And so don't discount that. Don't allow ego to discount that. Make sure that you sit in gratitude sometime during your day, during your week, during your month. Okay? Because that will really make everything come to life, Spirit says. Everything will be turned on. Again, I got my first Steve Noble guided meditation in January of 2019. When I was in the bottom of the barrel, I was a gutter rat. I mean, my business hadn't done anything. I was my fifth year being, after I quit, about 4.5 years after I quit my job. I had money and things like that put away, I was fine. But it was like, okay, come on, let's go. What are we doing? Come on, let's go. I had no idea I couldn't do meditations, had no idea what vibration was. I had no idea who the archangels were. I didn't know anything. And that ebb and flow, right? Of good times, bad times. And somebody had hey Adrian, somebody got a meditation in their email and said, Bill, I'm sending this because my guides say it's for you, not for me. My first Steve Noble guided meditation. And from that point on, it was all downhill from there in a good way. Because I was learning, I was that snowball, right? That got to a point, Spirit showed me like stuck on a ledge. And the sun came out and it was kind of springy or summery, whatever. And it kind of melted. Then winter came back. And I got knocked over off the shelf. Hey, Josephine. And I rolled down the hill some more. And I grabbed all this more snow. And I got bigger. Then I got smaller. Then I got bigger. Then I got smaller. Then I got bigger. Yeah. And that's all of us. That's all of us, right? Until you get to I know. Spirit said, then you get to the bottom, and all of a sudden you're you. You get down and you go, wow, that was a hell of a ride. Oh, my God. There's no snow around me. I'm good. Yes. Now, Bag never said that analogy before, ever. But it's true. It's very, very, very true, right? We take knocks, we go up, we go down, we go all around. Hey, Kelly. Yeah, Kelly's in Panama right now, And I'm not talking Panama City. She's down there in the beautiful sunshine and the ocean and the palm trees. Good for you. Her and her husband, Dan. So it all comes full circle, Spirit says. It all comes around to giving you exactly what you want. It all comes around to you being the human being that you're supposed to be this lifetime, right? All the time that we're in wonder or pissed off, or wonder or pissed off, and then we get what we want, we're happy, then it kind of can't stay happy forever, so we go slide a little bit, right? And then we get stuck on the ledge, and the sun comes out, and we kind of melt, and then guess what? Winter comes back up, and we get knocked off the ledge. We gab some more snow around us, and all of a sudden we're this big old huge snowball going down the hill, going down the mountain, whatever, right? Right? But that doesn't mean there's not going back up that mountain. Like that. That's ascension. See? So everything that we do every day works into where we're going. Okay? And it's okay to be pissed off. It's okay to be angry. It's okay to be depressed to a point, right? I was in that two and a half weeks of just pure like WTF. I don't know what that was going on. And then I threw away the rocking chair. Bill, throw that away. Okay, got it. So I've learned to obey. I've learned to surrender. I've learned that if they're telling me something to do, I got to do it. Because if I don't, guess what's going to happen? Chimes. Things are going to change. I'm ready, Spirit. I'm ready to start writing books. I'm ready to go to Hawaii. I'm ready. It's all part of the journey. That's right, Blake. It's all part of the journey. It's all about going through the motions every day and living our life. Not living our truth, because we don't know what our truth is yet. Most of us don't. We kind of know a destination, maybe. Maybe we don't know a destination. I'm blessed that I know from them, right? Right? I tell people their destination a lot of times. And when they move, they're like, oh my God, I can't believe you were right, Bill. Well, yeah, it's not me, it's them. See? But the journey, that's what it's all about. It's ebb and flow. Understanding you can have anything that you want, but you have to manifest it. You have to give them time to manifest it. It's not just going to appear, but sometimes it does just appear. Because I've been waiting for you to ask for it. And boom, it shows up in a week. Shows up in a day. Like, wow, where'd that come from? We've been asking. We knew you were going to ask for it. You just couldn't get up the gumption to freaking ask us. Because of fear. And people who say, I'm good, I've got enough. No, don't do that. Don't do that, don't do that, don't do that. Okay? There's always something that you want. There's always something that you need, even though you don't think that you need it. It's true. It's true. And a lot of times that's love. That's attention. That's physical contact. Because we're human. But we get so in our cocoons, right? And we think, this is a safe place, I'm good. No, I don't really need that. Well, you really do. And that's why a lot of people have dogs and cats. They can give that emotion because it's unconditional love. Yeah. Until the dog or cat passes away, and then they're right back where they were 10 or 15 years before when they got the animal. Because they haven't grown. They haven't grown. And all of a sudden, they're in their 40s, 50s, or 60s, or whatever, and all of a sudden, oh my God, I'm just devastated. Well, that's because you didn't do your work. You were kind of put on hold. Hey, Suze. Ego put it on hold. They put it on hold because it wasn't supposed to have that transformation yet. See? And at that time, you're not in gratitude. You might be in gratitude for the animal, right? For them being in your life. But 9 times out of 10, you're not feeling that. You're not feeling that at all. At all. Hey, Carrie, welcome back. So yeah. So there was one more thing you wanted to talk about. We did ancestors, gratitude. I don't know what it is. Hang on. Learning to know yourself. Hey, Don. Learning to know yourself, right? Learning how to know yourself more and more. Being more and more conscious of who you are as we move forward. Understanding that you've always got someone in your corner. Who is that person? It's you. Understanding, too, that there's going to be highs and lows until the highs outweigh the lows. Right? right? As we lose our third dimensional self, right? All of our baggage from past lives, all of our stuff from this lifetime, right, James? And we start to ascend, not literally, right? I mean, we do get lighter just because we're using more of this than we are our brawn, our body. We feel lighter weight. We connect quicker. We feel more in a fifth dimensional state, which is more psychic, more in higher dimensional energy, which is how you feel that usually after meditation. Calm and good and loved and all those kinds of things. See? But doing all that work and doing those things and knowing who we are is very, very, very important. Okay? And I will always say this, I know, right? That when you stick up for yourself for the first time, that will continue. When you take care of yourself for the first time, that'll continue. When you say to yourself, I love you 5, 10 times a day or more, that's when things change. You stay in that. And you see that energy build. And you start to get to know yourself. I do need that. I do need to give myself love. I do need to do things that make me happy. You do need. Because who's the most important person in your life? You. Hi, Michelle. You. Okay? You can't take care of your life if you're not loving yourself. If you're not telling yourself 10 times a day that you love yourself. Okay? Your vibration will automatically rise after you say that. And the more that you say that, the happier you are. And your energy shifts. And your life shifts. Because you're living in a higher vibration, but also in a higher dimensional energy. You get all green lights where you're going to, right? Food tastes better. Family's kind of calm, right? Not a lot of big going on. You know, not a lot of that stuff, that aggravation, that energy that doesn't serve you. Yeah. See? That's important. That we recognize that as part of our journey. Again, and then we're in gratitude for that. You're in gratitude to yourself for actually understanding and allowing your guides to take care of you. Yep. And absolutely standing in gratitude when you get all green lights to the grocery store, or you get all green. I mean, I love that stuff. When I don't have to stop for a stoplight, I'm just like, oh my God, Spirit, thank you. It is awesome. It is awesome, right? Not that I'm in a hurry, because I'm not. It's just, I don't know. I guess it's flow, right? I just want to flow. I just want to flow, you know, and not have to worry about anything else, because when we're in flow, nothing can really happen to you. Sometimes, but not that often. Okay? So I think that's it. Let me see. So I won't be here next Thursday because it's Thanksgiving, of course. I plan on doing it on Wednesday. Okay, Wednesday at 3, we'll do Coaching for the Soul. Not sure what we're going to talk about, but I'm sure he'll give us something to do. I'm doing readings. Again, I do readings every day. Okay, including Saturday this week. I've got a few booked already. I think I might be doing a psychic party this weekend, and I will let everybody know if that happens. I don't know. It's interesting. They called me on Monday or Tuesday because they needed somebody, and I was available. Blah 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 blah, and they said, okay, well, we'll get back to you on Friday. I'm like, okay, well that's cool. We're going to gather some people. They plan on having a gathering, whatever, and they weren't sure who they wanted to show up or whatever. I don't know what it was. I don't know all the specifics yet. So so I might be doing a party on Saturday afternoon. So if I'm going to do that, I will put something on the Facebook page. Okay. I don't have anybody booked for Saturday yet. So we'll see what. So we'll see what happens. I don't think I do. Maybe I do. I don't know. Have to look. But anyway, next week, readings all week. Thanksgiving's Thursday. So I'll see everybody next Wednesday at 3. Any questions, let me know. 248-310-7689. Element packages are still available at billhobart.com. If you want to talk to me every month, if you want to have a conversation, Okay, if it's 15 minutes or half an hour or 45 minutes or an hour, there's different prices and packages. You get all kinds of cool stuff. Lots of questions, as much as you want, and it's not that expensive. So it's in the on Bill Hobart page, and it's on our Element coaching package, I think, or something like that. But yeah, check that out. If you're into it, hey Susan, if you want more guidance, if you want a coach, if you want a little bit more build time, I think it's pretty awesome. It's not that expensive, and I wish you could do it for everybody, because I love to watch people change. I posted this week, I think. I love to help people change how they look at themselves, how they go through their day, and it all comes from spirit, right? It all comes from them, and I think that's awesome. I think that's awesome that I am blessed to do that. That I'm blessed to do that for people. So, namaste, everybody. Love you, and if I don't see you next Wednesday, have a good Thanksgiving, and yeah, we'll see each other soon.